What a month it's been at Koala Gardens. You're getting yet another bonus video, and this is the tales of misadventure for Phoenix and her Joey Luna. Now I tell you, if we can't save the cutest animal in the world, what is going to happen? So watch along as you find out why Phoenix and Luna ended up having a health check-in at Friends of the Koala and how they came back home. Koala Gardens is a wildlife sanctuary on private land. Subscribing helps me bring koalas to you, and liking this video helps me bring them to the whole world. I'm lucky enough to live in the koala's backyard with a wild and free colony on the far north coast of New South Wales in Australia. Check out my Patreon options and come over and chat on my public Discord server. You'll find links for these and lots more in the description below. I'm Katrina and I'm passionate about saving koalas. Meet Luna. Luna is Phoenix's Joey, and we do not expect to see koalas in lemon trees. Oh no, we don't. So what happened was Phoenix and Luna have walked into a chicken pen and been accidentally closed in there, and the only place for them to go was into the lemon tree. They were taken off and cleared with a health check and brought back to be released here. So we're going to just look at some drone footage that's a couple of years old, and you can see the western boundary of the property, and they were found in the house up on the slight right hand side, but the arrows pointing to the tree I released them in. Now a slightly closer look, and there's the chicken pen, and there is the lemon tree that we retrieved them out of. Let's see the release, because that's always the best thing in the world. Releasing two out of a cage at once is always a bit tricky, and Phoenix was so keen, she told Luna, "Yeah, you can do it, get up on your own." Luna was a little bit slower, but once she got her claws on that tree, she was right, and up she went, flying up behind Mum. This tree might look a little bigger than it did just before in the drone video, but remember, that was 2 years old, so the tree has grown quite a lot since then, and this is one of those trees that Klinger used to munch on. The benefit of having two cameras is that I had one on a tripod, and now we can see the release happening again, but we can also see the fantastic team from Friends of the Koala who brought them back out in order for the release to happen. This tree they've been released into is right at the beginning of the conservation zone, and it is a tree that Phoenix knows really well. She has spent a lot of her life coming and going from this tree and the ones surrounding it, as she was born on the property, and so she was raised in these trees, you might say. And normally her territory on the property is from these trees and over towards the south and the west. You can see we're all very happy to see her up in the tree with her daughter. There's just nothing like a release. Once we left the area, I then moved this camera and left it on the tripod to just observe how Phoenix and Luna were settling, and now we can see a little bit of just how calm and relaxed they were. But also, let's watch as Luna makes her way across and reunites herself with Mum. Joey's learned the art of jumping on small gaps from a very young age, and as they grow and develop more skill and muscle, they learn to jump wider and wider gaps, just like Mum. Ready, steady, Jump. Phoenix was quite relaxed, knowing that Luna is quite capable of moving about on her own in the tree. However, we can see that Luna was just as happy to get back and make a connection again to Mum. Those shoulders of a mother koala, I tell you, they take quite a beating at the end of Joey's time with them. They spent several hours just hanging out in this forest red gum tree and kind of getting the lay of the land again, getting their breath going. Wow, what an adventure that was. And finally, Phoenix decided that it was time to eat, and she decided that she was going to go and eat in a different tree. Luna very quickly decided that, hang on, if Mum's moving, I'm going for a ride. I'm not following you. I am sticking right on your back. And on she hopped. I'm not actually there filming this. I had left a camera out on a tripod, and when I came back, they had moved trees, and so I simply moved the camera and the tripod again. They had only moved to a tree very nearby and were obviously enjoying a good meal, and they then settled into this tree and went off to sleep in there until well after dark. I did come out after dark with a headlamp on and just checked to see if they were still there, and they were quite happy and actually having another feed when I came back after dark. This is how cool it can be for me living in the koala's backyard, is that I was able to actually find a spot just outside the back of the house where I could position the camera onto them and let it just film them sleeping. So there will be a Zen relaxation video coming out sometime in the next few months that will feature Phoenix and Luna sleeping their first day home away. Next morning, as you might imagine, I was out looking for them, and indeed, here they are. I found they had moved deeper into the property, slightly down to the east, into the middle, rather than to the west, up and over to where we'd caught them from, so that was great to see. And you know what? You've made it to the end of yet another video. So would you write in the comments below, yes, wild and free. Thanks so much for watching. There is so much great videos still coming up this month. There is some Matilda and Bullet news, so do stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks for visiting Koala Gardens. Did you hit the like button? Now before you go, there's lots more great video to see, and make sure you've subscribed and hit that notification bell.